What's up guys, Erroneous here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today's video we will be pulling shards for the first time in a while. I've been saving up like crazy on this free-to-play account, and yeah, you guys, if you've been watching my channel recently over the past like couple of months, I've changed my mindset on saving shards and basically stockpiling. What I used to do was go during like 10x and pull for really strong champions because of fear of missing out, which a lot of people have, and kind of just trying to overcome that fear of missing out. And now that's led me to really truly stockpiling my shards way better than before, so I can just focus on guaranteed legendaries, especially when it comes to void legendaries. For example, I missed out on Narcissus, King Narcissus, who would have been an absolute monster on my account, but I only had 45 shards at the time, which was way too little. You needed 110 shards to guarantee King Narcissus. So voids I will be saving. I'm not even pulling on 2x's anymore, which is crazy, and I'm just saving for guaranteeds. So I could pull on 2x's. It's definitely a big fear of missing out. 2x's are typically the best time to get legendaries if you just don't really care about specific legendaries from guaranteeds or even from progressive chances. But the progressive chances aren't even that great anyways, unless you're close to Mercy, and then you still have a chance of not getting a legendary that you choose. But in terms of 2x's, the reason why I'm not going for them anymore for voids is just simply because I just don't get lucky. I still go straight to Mercy or very close to Mercy over 200 shards. And so because my luck is so bad over the past 4+ years, I've just decided, you know what, we're just going to save our voids from now on. And during Heroes Path or other events where there's a guaranteed legendary on the line, or during void legendary guarantees, that's when I'm going to pull. So primal shards were at 12. 86 voids, 21 sacreds, and 207 ancients for today. We do have two events going on. We've got a 2x for ancients, and we've got a 10x for a targeted champion, which is Othorion. This guy would be an absolute game changer on my account. This would bring my Ultra Nightmare Hydra team, or Nightmare Hydra team rather, from about 90 million probably to well over 120 million, because he's so strong. The block buffs, the decrease attack, and for each enemy alive fills his turn meter if they're still living, and he has a 100% chance to land these, and it's on a 3-turn cooldown. He would probably replace I don't even know who we would replace. So the Hydra team that I ran tonight for my Ultra Night, I keep saying Ultra Nightmare. I wonder if they're ever going to bring out Ultra Nightmare, by the way, for Hydra, but I only hit 68.09 million. Usually I can hit up to 90 million with this team, which is not that the best. With Ostrid, I could replace one of these champions with Ostrid to help decrease the speed of the bosses, the enemy. Just in general, I'm getting the most damage from my Husk. So I'd probably replace Newt, just because, yes, Newt has decreased attack, but he places a counterattack on himself, which is detrimental because of the mischief. He becomes a target. He doesn't have high enough resistance. I play Newt in multiple other teams and dungeons that are speed tuned, and so I can't bring his gearing up or lower, or bring his resistance up to be a mischief tank. So I just have to swap out Newt if I were to get Othorion. And it's crazy. Mishinaki, he's in a relentless set, but sometimes he just doesn't proc. A lot of times Mishinaki gets more damage than these other two just because of the relentless procs, but for some reason he wasn't getting good relentless procs, and we got eaten really early. We weren't able to save him because there was no hex on the floor. So I also need to work on getting another hex set on another champion. It would probably end up being Othorion now that I think about it. So we'd have 2 hexers on the team. So that's what I plan to do. I want to get a way better Nightmare Hydra team built and go from there. So do we have another ancient in here? Nope. That's no big deal. So we do have some space. I have 50 space. I've got tons of silver saved up over the last week, just because of the fusion. 18 million. It's not a ton. It's a ton to me. I'm sure some of you out there might agree, but there's also many that will disagree, because there's a lot of people out there that have like 50+ million silver saved, but as a free-to-play player, I'm always running out of silver. So the first things first, how can you complete a champion chase easily without having to just pull shards? And how can you save shards better? Well, first of all, you need to go to your fragment summon portal. And I did get Quintus recently, so you can check out that video if you'd like. I'll link it at the end of this video. Definitely check out the Quintus live arena video where I got Quintus. Super exciting to have him. And so Ostrid's also insane for a HYDRA champion. I know she's good for arena and she has the arena speed aura, but personally, I'm going to be using Ostrid in HYDRA because I think that she's going to be way better on a brutal or a nightmare team. So Quintus, though, will be used for live arena or arena. He's going to be a beast on my team just because he's probably going to be a better damage dealer than most of my champions on my account. And yeah, he's very strong. For most whales or krakens, he's just trash to them because obviously they have way better options to choose from. So, but Quintus is a strong champion. It's just a lot of times he gets trashed on because there's just way better void legendary champions out there. But if he's one of your better options, like for me, he's going to be one of my better options for picking, then yes, you should use him. So Ostrid, what we're going to do, you can get 500 points from Ostrid. You can get 650 points from Quintus right off the bat. Then you can come into the fusion here. You can try to fuse Relic Keeper or Broadmaws if you have the champions ready to go. It is a little pricey because it's $1 million to fuse Broadmaw, or 3 million maybe, if I can remember correctly. And then Relic Keeper is $1 million, I believe. So what we can do first is we're going to go ahead and fuse this rare, which is 50 points, which is Justicar, I think his name is. And so 200k just to fuse a rare. But it is 50 points right off the bat because it's champion chase. So this is how you start to, divvy up the points. Or you can come back in the end. If you're missing points, you can then go into these fusions and just start fusing these fragment champions. You could do that too. So from here, what I would do, because I already have a 40, 40, 40, and then this guy is only level 30, is I would just come in here right away. I would level him up, and I would just basically max him out. Preferably, you'd want to do it during champion training. And of course, guess what? We should have champion training up and running. So I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone here. So we got champ chase. And then for the events, we've got champ training, which is 3 days left. I haven't actually really started, to be honest. I've been busy this week. If you could instant upgrade, we do have instant upgrades now, but I don't want to upgrade with these champs. I would rather use... I'm wondering why it's not using Bruise. Is there a reason why it doesn't use Bruise to upgrade? So this is a new system for the tavern, and I don't know why it's not using Bruise. That's weird to me. Instant upgrade only chooses from champions, but doesn't choose your Bruise. So this is a new system, so it's nice that I'm kind of learning this. Okay, so you can only do a slider. I wish this worked with instant upgrade as well. I mean, it does still have the slider, but I feel like instant upgrade should give you 2 different options. Upgrade with the champions and upgrade with the Bruise to instant upgrade as well, because I want to do the Bruise because I have so many here. So we're going to do this. I have plenty of chickens saved over the last couple of weeks because of Curse City as well. So let's go ahead and just do this, max it. And then we're going to go back here. We can pop them in. There you go. And then it's 300,000, actually way less than I thought. So 300,000, it's $1 million for Broadmaw, I think, because he's a void. So this is going to be another 250 points right here. Fusing a Relic Keeper. Anybody want to see a +4 Relic Keeper? Let me know in the comments down below. So there's a Relic Keeper right there. So now we can come in here, 250 plus another 500 points. We're going to go ahead and summon her. So we now have Ostrid. Now you can save if you want to pull these fragment summon champions. That's an interesting run out. So goofy. So there's another 500. That's 750. And then we're going to summon Quintus, which is another 650. So now that brings us to what, 1400. So there you go. 650, 750. Yeah. So 1400 now. And let's just make sure my math is correct here. We're going to go into the champion chase. Now we can double check. So yes, we are currently sitting at 1450. So that's because of the rare as well. I forgot to add him in. So we've got this, and now we have some energy to keep on farming dragon. And then this guy's already going nuts here. 25,000 is insane. We're clearly not going to hit this leaderboard at all. We're going to be way, way too low. And the aim here, the focus here for me is just to get this rare. But obviously, if I can get higher up because I'm lucky with the pulls, fantastic. I'll take it. So those are 2 ways where you can start getting points for the champion chase. You can also come into the market. You can purchase up these guys too if you want to get some points here and there, just for showcase, for show purposes. How much points do you get? Just one. But if you just needed to cap off, say you were just a few points away and you had no other shards at all, that's 1, 2, 3 points. I mean, yes, it sucks, but you can do that. You can do that. I know it's really annoying and tedious, but you can do it. So there's that. Let's go right into our shard pulls now. And we're going to go ahead and pull 46. So let's do this. Here we go. Hopefully we get lucky. We get Othorion. I'm nowhere near my pity though. I'm at 29 ancients pulled so far. So from here we started at 207. And I'm just looking for epics. Hopefully a lot of epics. If we can get lucky. Come on. Epic. Where are the epics at? So far no epics. So this is going to be number 4. I do want to +4 some epic champions. That would be pretty awesome. And then eventually I really hope they bring out +4 rares. And then rares will be a little bit more viable too, because they're obviously not going to be like meta or anything like that, but they will help people in general. Okay. Still no epic. What the heck is happening? So this is going to be 7 shards, no epic. Still no epic. Oh, geez, man. This is my luck, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and do the 10 pulls. Man, that's frustrating. Here we go. Come on. Okay, there's an epic. Jizzo, he's okay. 3 epics is good. Okay, Aethar, I've never built him out, but he's a decent champion. Umatogi, she's on Shadowkin. I never built her out either. I wonder if she actually does some damage. She might actually be good with a +4 potentially, because this one here, whenever this champion's attack, completely blocks 1 hit. It's on a 2-turn cooldown, decreasing the incoming damage to 0, then counterattacks with their default skill. When attacked by a boss, decreases the incoming damage by 50% instead before counterattacking. So that's pretty cool. It's on a 2-turn cooldown. You can put crit rate in all battles. Not a bad champion. And then it also, she has an additional 20% chance of inflicting a critical hit if this champion's under Veil or Perfect Veil. Pretty cool. So if she starts off with this, it stinks that it's not grants an extra turn. Yeah, that does stink. So she works based off of Veil and Perfect Veil. She might actually be pretty strong in HYDRA. I've never personally used her, but I'm interested to know if you guys use her in HYDRA. So 3 of the epics, so that's already 750 points right there. We already had 1450, so that's now what, 2200? So we're getting closer already. We might not have to pull a ton of ancient shards. I was thinking of pulling around 50, but if we get there sooner, I guess I'm not gonna keep pulling. No real point for me to keep pulling, basically. And I'll just keep saving up my ancient shards. A Taurus is an interesting pull. Would you need to build him to a +4 though? No, not really. I guess if you're trying to make him faster, but you really don't need to make this guy a +4. He doesn't really hit hard. So let's just check where we're at so far. I think I'm at like 2550 or 2600. 2681, a little bit higher than I expected. So we're really close now. I actually didn't have to pull too many shards because of the fragments, summon champions, and then the fusion champion that I did here. Of course, if I could make another one, I would. I could technically do another Justicar, but I don't want to feed this one here, and I don't want to feed, well, I guess I could do the 30, but yeah, I just don't have the resources to do it. So we're just going to keep pulling. Hopefully we get a legendary though. Come on. I mean, the chances are very slim, but I would love to get a legendary. We're just getting a lot of rares though. Kalia, would you build her to +4? For Cursed City, yes, because of Amius. She is focused on Amius boss for a certain rotation. And she does give you the heal reduction on a 3-turn and an HP burn on Amius. And she hits somewhat decently hard. Nothing crazy, but it's the fact that she has heal reduction and HP burn against Amius, the boss. That's where I'm going to use her. I will end up building her. I would consider doing a +4 specifically for Cursed City for her, but it's not necessarily required. So we've gone and pulled 37 shards so far, and I think that's probably going to be it, to be honest. We didn't really get much out of it. I could go for this legendary book, which I think I'm going to do. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for the legendary book. I might as well. Let's see if we can just make some space really quickly, and we'll be right back. All right, so we're back. So I have enough to pull another 20 shards, which would actually bring us to 57 shards pulled. And if we don't get anything, we don't get anything. It is what it is. But I would have loved to have seen more epics. I would have loved to have seen Bushi as well. Come on. Oh, a legendary. Okay. We got Ghostborn. Okay. That's not Othorion. But guess what? I have some insane news you're going to see very shortly. Sinesha, we can definitely +1 her. Melga Steel Girdle, very strong. I would +4 Melga. She's very strong for Faction Guardians as well. Enda Moonbeam, I've not used him. He is a damage dealer. Decreased defense, big version, which is nice. 3 times at random hits, good for Fire Knight. And then attacks all enemies in a leech, which is okay. Increases the champion speed by 2 for each enemy under a leech. I guess halfway decent for HYDRA, but nothing crazy. It just decreases the duration of a random buff on the target by 1. I think this is kind of a meh epic. Interesting what they were thinking. Like, I don't know what they were thinking here. For Clan Boss, yes, Leech is okay, but the Clan Boss isn't typically putting much buffs on himself. He might be decent for the Sylvan Watchers as a damage dealer, because Sylvan Watchers does lack in damage dealers, in my opinion, because there's not a ton of legendary damage dealers. Most of them are supports. But, I mean, he looks pretty sick, not going to lie, but he just doesn't pack a punch. So Ghostborn, that's new on the account. We're still going to do a 10 pull here anyways and see if we can get lucky. So we're at, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 shards in. So we hit our Mercy. We got a Fire Gun Isbel. Okay, that's not bad. Bone Keeper and Drake. Okay, so nothing else that's crazy. We did get a bunch of extra points, 750 right there, just from the 3, and then the additional points from the rares. So this is why this was so cool. I'm glad that I pulled. I did get a legendary on the 2x, so that's exciting. I did get the legendary skill tome. We're actually really close to getting a 5-star chicken as well. I might pull for the 5-star chicken now too. So we ended up going, now we're at 14 shards into our next potential pity for Ancients. So 14 shards pulled. We did end up getting what we needed here. We'll save the energy for now. And then why was getting that champion Ghostborn so good? I think maybe it was Ghostborn, or maybe I'm thinking of a different champion. But I was awakened. Oh, it's only 2-star. Okay, so it's 2-star. I'm thinking of someone else. I'm thinking of Vizier, I think. Where's he at? Oh, by the way, peep the mythical 6-star. We got that recently. Check out that video. Oh, pardon, 6-star. Do I even have it? Maybe it's not. Oh, here it is. Vizier. Vizier, 6-star. I was thinking Vizier for some reason. So I have a lot of champions here, but Ghostborn is insane for setting up speedruns, especially for the old normal Fire Knight. I mean, he's not, I don't know if he's as good for hard Fire Knight. Let me know in the comments down below. But in general, decent champion. He is new on the account for me. And then who else is new? Oh, Aothar. I've never pulled Aothar. I thought I did. What? I've never pulled Aothar. Wow. Okay, I'll keep him. Still haven't pulled Canoness either. There's so many epics for Sacred Order. It's absolutely insane. Like, stop making epics for them, please. Quintus here. And then Ostrid. Well, Dark Elves, we've got Ghostborn. And then Ostrid here. Yeah, so a bunch of new champions. Like, as you can see, the only damage dealer up here is just, for being honest, is really just Aileel. I mean, King Galkabar, some people might say he's a damage dealer, but not really. Pedreg, sort of, but not really. He's the support ally attacker. I mean, there's just no damage dealer up here that's legendary for Sylvan Watchers. I don't know why. The damage dealers are all based out of their epics. Yeah, so Kind of strange. I mean, I guess you could argue that Emic Trunkheart's a damage dealer, but most people don't use him as a damage dealer. But yeah, it's so strange. I can make a little bit of space. Maybe we'll just do one more 10 pull. And you know what? Let me just see if I can make space here. I can't even make space. Can I make space here? This is actually cheaper. Nice. I'll just spend 236 gems. Pretend like you never saw that. So we're going to make space here and we'll be right back. All right, we're back here. So I'm going to do one more 10 pull. So that'll equate to 67 total ancient shards pulled. And we'll be at 24 ancients, you know, going into our next session of pulling shards. More than likely, they're going to bring out a 1+1 event. Typically, they do it after a 2x. They might not do it, but they usually do it after a 2x. So I won't be set up for a 1+1 because we got a legendary, but it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. Here we go, hoping for epics, but we could get all rares as well. This will really stink. You got to be kidding me. All rares for the last 10 pull here. Oh man, I was just trying to go for the 5-star chicken here. That's crazy. So now we're at 24. I'm just going to note this, 24 ancients pulled. Man, I would need to pull 200 more points. Technically, I could do mystery shards. So what I'll be doing over the weekend is basically upgrading champions, and then I'll pull another 10 or maybe even just 200 mystery shards. I'll either do 10 more ancients, or more than likely I'm going to do mystery shards to finish it out because I want to save my ancients for the next fusion or fragment summon champion or potential heroes path or other Path of Light events, things like that, or even Titan events for that matter. So I think that's going to be it for this one. We did get a legendary. It was Ghostborn. Super excited on that. We just got another champion, which was Terex, which is part of the fusion. Surprise, surprise. He's actually a decent champion. He's got to provoke counterattacks as well. So I actually really like this rare. You could build him on your account early mid game, and he would be a good support for HYDRA, for Magma Dragon, for general wave progression, especially Doom Tower and Cursed City as well. So anyways, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments down below on what you pulled for champions for the 2x, or if you had really bad luck. That stinks. But let me know either way. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on a video soon. Take care.